Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of North Stars Noise. I'm your host Rob Leonard, and before we get to the video highlights of this past Saturday night's game against Oakville, I want to go back to June the 17th if I could just for a second, and that was Alumni Night. The North Stars holding their first ever Alumni Night, this being their 50th anniversary of North Star's existence in the city of Owen Sound. And there were 50 plus members, former members of the North Stars. There were ex-players and executive, and lots of people showed up that night. The room was packed, so great to see everybody there. But I want to mention the North Stars played the KW Velocity that night. North Stars won the game by a score of 13-5, but in a very classy move on the part of the KW Velocity, Owen Sound native and former North Star Jake McClay, now a member of the KW Velocity, was made team captain for that game in particular. And the reason they did it was because they wanted Jake to be a part of the Alumni Night event. So Jake was able to take the ceremonial draw with MP Larry Miller there in attendance. So hats off to the KW Velocity for allowing that to happen for Jake McClay and to help participate in the Alumni Night event. So again, hats off to the KW Velocity for a very classy move. All right, now let's take a look at the highlights from Saturday night's game versus the Oakville Titans. We've got all the goals for you. Here comes a shot and scores! That was when Owen Sound eliminated Oakville from the first round of the last year's playoffs. An exciting scores! Oh my goodness. Joe French, one-handed, just fires it at the net. Tyler Glebe not expecting that one. Here's Robbie Clofer now. Everybody, what a move! Rob Clofer's got Childerhose. Childerhose scores! Kyle Childerhose. Try to tie this one up. 24 seconds on the power play. Clofer scores! And they do tie it up. Brett Clofer, the team's leading scorer, doing the splits in midair. There's Clofer. That ball goes. Oh, what a bounce for Colson. Scores! Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Great to see him get that goal.
Oh, without question.
Here's French. Shot and scores. All by himself, standing
Well,
to
I don't
the
know where
left.
that back left defender was.
Fires and misses. Now here's Lachlan Elder all by himself. Can he? He can! Lachlan Elder.
What did we say about moving the stick from one side to the other?
There are a number of players missing tonight, and battle in front. Campbell scores! Oh my goodness! Shot scores! What a blast by number 21 Gage Board. 7 on the shot clock. Owen Sound needs a shot. Brett Clofer scores!
That's the man you want around the net, isn't it? Tied it up and then lose it in overtime.
Yeah, they did have the lead. Here's the Titans looking and scores. That's number 8, Kenyon McQueen. And away with it comes the Titans. 2-on-1 shot scores. All tied up here in Owen Sound. Gibbons plays it on to Campbell. Campbell muscles his way in. Scores! Andy Campbell. Now they're getting a little rough down there. Campbell. Now here they come. Scores! Number 13, Braden Wallace. Here in front, shoots and scores. Number 5, Nick Ribka. That's going to do it. And the Oakville Titans are going to defeat the Owen Sound Senior B North Stars by a score of 8-7 in overtime. Very disappointing loss tonight.
Well,
for the Senior B North Stars, but penalties.
It just takes your whole game plan away, then puts pressure on some of your key people constantly, and then Tyler Glebe just played fantastic, and so did Craig Wind. You can't take anything away from him.
And as I said at the end of that game, very disappointing loss for the Owen Sound Senior B North Stars, losing by a score of 8-7 in overtime. They had two two-goal leads at points through that game, but they could not stave off the Oakville Titans. Scoring for Owen Sound in this one, Brett Clougher with a pair, newcomer Andy Campbell with a pair, Ken Colson, Lachlan Elder, and Kyle Childerhose. Interestingly enough, Owen Sound, 4 of the Owen Sound goals in this game were shorthanded goals, so specialty teams doing a good job for Owen Sound, but too many penalties on the night for the North Stars, especially in that first period. You can blame some of it on the refereeing to a certain degree, but Owen Sound, if they have, in my estimation, a team that could go to the President's Cup this year if they have a full lineup, if they play a full 60 minutes, and if they can stay out of the penalty box. So, you know, great things ahead for this team. Anyway, season winding down, but the North Stars are looking pretty good. So let's take a look now at the league standings, if we could, Mark. You see the Six Nations Rivermen, they have a 1 in the loss column. Yes, they lost a game. They lost to the Brooklyn Merchants by a score of 8-7. So their quest for an unbeaten season is gone, but they still lead the league with 24 points. Oakville, with the win over Owen Sound, moves to 9-2-1 for 19 points. The North Stars sitting there with 14 points, but Innismore right on their heels. They play 2 more times. We'll see that in a minute in the upcoming games. But the North Stars sitting at 7-5. Brooklyn winning, moving to 3-8 in their rebuild year. KW Velocity still without a win on the season. And at the end of that game on the 17th, I had an opportunity to speak to, he likes to be called Soup Davis from the KW Velocity. And as he said to me, you know, the guys knew coming into the season what it was going to be. It's a new year, expansion team, but they're building towards next year, and he promises a much more entertaining team next year. But the guys are having fun. You know, and they all understand that it's going to be for next year. So now if we could take a look at the North Stars leading scorers. Brett Clougher is having a career year for the North Stars, sitting on top, 18 goals, 14 assists, 32 points. Robbie Milnes in second at 31 points. Colin Maudsley in 8 games with 27 points. Ken Colson, 17 assists on the season. Ken has just been on fire. And let's take a look down here. We got some rookies down there at the bottom. We got Zach Coulter. He's missed a couple of games. He's got 14 points. Riley Thompson has only played 3 games, sitting there with 13 points. So, and that's his brother, Zach Thompson. Zach Thompson may not sit too well with him having his little brother ahead of him in the standing, or in the scoring leader. So we'll see what happens there. Now, if we could take a look at the league's leading scorers. Brendan Muse back on top, 58 points. Jeff Swift had knocked him out of that #1 spot, but interestingly enough, in the game versus Oakville versus Owen Sound, Brendan Muse did not get a goal against the North Stars. He got a couple of assists, but the North Stars were able to keep him off the score sheet. So, and you look, as I said, Jeff Swift of Innismore with 56 points. Roger Weiss, 33 points. And now take a look in the #5 spot, the #6 spot. 2 Owen Sound North Stars in there. Brett Clougher, Robbie Milnes. All last season, the North Stars did not have 1 player in the top 10. They have 2, and I think they have a couple others that are just on the verge of moving into the top 10. So congratulations to those 2 North Stars. Now, if we, sorry, excuse me, could we take a look at the upcoming games? Only 4 games left on the schedule. This coming Friday night, home to the Brooklyn Merchants. Merchants coming off that huge win over the Six Nations Rivermen. That game, you can catch it live on Rogers Channel 53 in Grey County. And if you can't, if you can't make it to the game, come and join us at home with Rogers TV. Then Sunday, Owen Sound will have a return match against Oakville at 7 o'clock in Oakville. And then they're going to close out the season with 2 games at home against Ennismore. Those games very important. Owen Sound would like to finish 3rd. Then I guess they'd probably have the Rivermen as their first round opponent, but we'll see what happens there. Now it's time for Reach the Stars. We have our special guest, Drew Barfoot. Let's hear what Drew had to say to the 10 questions. All right, 10 questions. Number 1, what or who inspired you to start playing lacrosse?
I don't know, really. They had a program going in Wyerton when I started out, so we started playing in Wyerton with Lane McDermott, I remember, was on my team. That was good because I sort of sat back and he did everything, so that was nice. My dad coached, though, and he basically coached me up through the years, and then as I got older, I had some more great coaches come in until I got to junior, and liked it so much that I came back, played senior, and started coaching junior now.
Okay. Number 2. Now, this is a question from a fan, Braden Dyer. Braden won 2 tickets to the home opener for this question, and he's a 10-year-old super fan. Okay. He says, his question is, do you hope to play in the NLL someday?
I don't know about that. As I was growing up, maybe it was a bit of a dream of mine, but things happen. I got a job, and sometimes some things are more important than playing lacrosse for your life.
Okay. One player, past or present, that you would love to play alongside?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Past or present? I don't know. I played with Dane Smith, and that was pretty cool. I played with Dane in Kitchener, and that was a good time. He's a great player and a great teammate and a great person to be beside, so that was nice to have.
Oh, okay. And in a war, which teammate would you want fighting alongside of you?
Another great question. You got to say Dino. Dino will do anything for anybody, so he's a great friend to have and a tough enemy to have, so I'm glad he's my friend.
Yeah. All right. The best team you've ever played on?
That's a good question. Probably I played Team Ontario and we won everything, so that was nice. Team Ontario Field, and we went out west and we won that, and then we went down to the States and we beat the best American team down there, so that was nice to do. I played with Brock University and we should have won it. We kind of choked in the semis, but it was a good year, and probably here it's a great time. The guys are great. Maybe not the best record, but just having fun with the guys and being a great team is probably the best.
All right. Your favorite pregame meal?
I like to go chicken, anything with chicken in it. I'm a big chicken guy. I'm thinking this year maybe I'll start sushi. I got into sushi this year, so it's nice and light, and I think I might start giving it a try.
All right, you mix them together a little.
Right? Yeah, chicken teriyaki.
Yeah, exactly. All right, teammate with the strangest pregame ritual.
I don't know if we have any pregame rituals that I've seen. I'm sure it's one of the goalies. They're crazy. They do something different every single game, so I'm gonna probably say it's one of the goalies.
Everybody picks on the goalies, right? But you're probably right. You got to be strange to play goal.
It'd be crazy to be in there, yeah, for sure.
All right, the North Stars turned 50 years old this year. How special is that to you and the team?
It's pretty cool. Thinking of all the people who have played here in the past and have went through this organization, went through this system, and to be able to play kind of not alongside them, but in place of them is pretty special for us, and I know a lot of the guys feel the same way. So we're trying to bring lacrosse back to Owen Sound. It's been not the most interesting last couple of years. I remember when they played here, the President's Cup, and this arena was packed to the brim, and we haven't seen that in the last couple of years. So we're trying to bring that back, and hopefully in the 50th year, 51, we can do that.
All right, and if you could send a message to the fans as to what they should expect from this year's team.
Just come out and watch us, and you'll see. We're a quick team. We have a lot of really quick guys. We've got a lot of young guys, and we're going to be fast every night. We're going to be exciting lacrosse to watch. I mean, if you watched our first game on TV on Rogers, you would have seen a lot of great goals and a lot of great moves and one big knockout. So that was good to see, too.
That knockout was huge, yeah.
Yes.
I think I shared it a few times on Facebook. It was pretty impressive. All right, and finally, anyone you'd like to say hello to?
I think I'd get in trouble if I didn't say hi to my junior team. They're probably watching this, so that's, hey guys, my parents, how you doing? Thanks for supporting me, and that's about it.
And a great interview with Drew Barfoot. Drew, thanks very much for doing that. Now, just a couple of short notes before I go. In the stats, Lachlan Elder actually leads the league in shorthanded goals. He's got 3 shorthanded goals this year. You saw him score 1 in the highlights that we showed today. And also, Ryan Oldreeve is ranked #1 in goalkeeper. So a couple of congratulations there to those 2 guys. The North Stars would like me to mention that they are still selling tickets. The 50th anniversary raffle. Tickets are $5, or 3 for $10. Great prizes. First prize is a wheelbarrow full of alcohol, 20+ bottles of alcohol in this wheelbarrow. Second prize, 2 tickets to a Toronto Maple Leafs home game this coming season. And number 3 is a golf package for 4, courtesy of the Saugeen Golf and Country Club. That includes 2 golf carts, so you don't have to walk too much. And the 4th prize is a North Stars mini fridge, courtesy of Molson's. And as I said in previous shows, I'm sure Molson's might include some beer in there for you. I want to say a big welcome to Andy Campbell, the newest member of the Owen Sound Senior B North Stars. Andy having a great start, scored 4 points in the game against KW in his first game on the Friday night, and then he followed that up with another 3 points in the second game. So you could see in the replays, if you want to run it back and take a look again, sheer size, muscle on this guy, just powers his way through and puts that ball in the net, something the North Stars are going to need once it comes playoff time. And I'm not allowed to announce it yet, but Friday night, Owen Sound North Stars should have a returning star in the lineup for Friday night's game. I know who it is, but I'm not allowed to say at this point because it hasn't been confirmed. But show up Friday night or watch the game on Rogers TV, and you'll find out who that guy is. He's a really super important guy if the North Stars want to go deep into the playoffs. So can't tell you who it is, but if you visit the Coburg Kodiak site, you might get a clue as to who it is. So a little hint. Okay, that's going to do it for this week's show. Thank you very much, producer Mark Perry, for your hard work as always. And we'll see you next time on North Stars Noise.